Hello again. So this time, this video is going to show a little bit more understanding about arrays. Um, let us let us try something. Let's say like sequential arrays. So maybe those are the ones that we're gonna deal with today, like for a few minutes video. So let us create an array A that starts from 1, and then increment. Let's say I'm gonna choose 2, and then the last value I'm gonna choose 2. So if I do that, without hitting run, I should know right away how to read this array. What are the values it should have, the A should have. So first element is 1 and increment is 2, so second element essentially going to be 1 plus 2. I believe you agree on that. So because it starts from 1 and then second element is supposed to be 1 plus 2. However, this guy, which is the last element, is indicating that your array element should not increase or should not be higher than 2. So even though my first element is 1, second element is supposed to be 1 plus 2, which is 3. Right? I'm just going to put a percentage sign here, so just these are our comments. So first element 1, second element is supposed to be 1 plus 2 equals 3. So but then this element, which is the last element, is indicating 3 is not valid because it's already greater than 2. Okay, so the only valid element that I can get out of this is just 1. So if I don't take the semicolon and hit enter, then I see A equals to 1. So similar example, I will see that if this element is say -2, so that means your first element is 1, still first element is 1, and last element is 2. The second element is supposed to be what? First element is 1, second element is supposed to be 1 plus, and increment, or if you wanted to call it decrement, you just subtract 2. So otherwise I'm going to do this whole thing, which is -2, as increment, so it would be 1 plus -2. So the answer is going to be -1. So so first element is 1 and second element is supposed to be -1. This guy is indicating that your array, because Matlab knows this is a decreasing array, like the array element discussed, the largest number is 1 and the smallest number is supposed to be this, the last element. So it is telling you, this last element is telling you that there should not be any number that is smaller than 2, because that is the smallest, that is supposed to be the smallest number, this is supposed to be the largest number. However, you made a mistake and put it this way. So in that case, you are not gonna have any element for this array, because there's like, first number is 1, which is already smaller than 2, so that is not valid. Second element is -1, which is definitely smaller than 2, so it's not valid either. So there will not be any element for this A. So it would say empty matrix, and 1 by 0 is like just a dimension, like there's nothing there. It's one row and there's no column, so there's nothing there. So that's what it shows. Try again, one more thing. So if I choose like 1 colon 2 colon 3, and again without hitting run, we should be able to figure out that the elements are, so first element is supposed to be 1, second element is supposed to be 1 plus 2 is 3, so third element is supposed to be 3 plus 2 is 5, and it will continue. But last element is indicating there should not be anything that is greater than 3, so this is invalid, 5 is invalid, so the only left remaining elements would be 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 are valid, but 5 is not. So if we hit enter, then it gets get 1 and 3. So try one more. C, let's first one 2, and let's say 20, and increment is 5, and the last element is 20 also. So what happens now? It starts from 20, first element, and we put a percentage sign here, and then second element is supposed to be 20 plus 5, 25. However, this last element is telling you none of the elements can be greater than the last element. So this guy is greater than the last element, so it's not valid. However, the first element is not greater than the last element, so it is equal, so which is still valid. So you will have only one number, which is 20. So hit enter and you get c equals to 20. That's what you see. So it's really important to understand this structure, like start, increment, and then the last number. So what are the numbers? So what if I choose, like say 1 colon say 1 colon 3 colon say 5. So if I choose that, then again the first element is 1, and then the second element is 1 plus 3 would be 4, and the third element, I wanted to keep writing few of them, and then I'm going to justify whether it's valid or not. So then the second element is 4, then 4 plus 3 would be 7. So first element is 1, so 1 plus 3 is the increment, so 1 plus 3 is 4, so it's the second element. Then 4 plus 3 would be 7, so that would be the third element. So this is how we will continue. However, the last element is 5, which is indicating that 7 is not valid, but 1 and 4 are valid. So if we hit enter, the answer becomes 1 and 4, but not the last 7. So let me try one more, the very last one maybe. So in this case, I'm going to choose, say, 5 and increment -2 and increment. If I choose this to be 5 again, okay, 5 -2, fine. So here, first element is 5. We can percent this sign. First element is 5. Second element is 5 minus 2 would be 3, right? And here, since it is decrement, so Matlab is determining, like, well, if you start from the first, fine. Second would be 3, but make sure your elements, none of them, this is indicating the smallest number because it's decrements, is the largest is the smallest. So none of the elements must be smaller than 5. So the 3 is definitely smaller than 5, so that is not valid. So you are left with 5 only. So D would be, oh, because I put a semicolon, so it didn't print. So if I print now, D is equals to 5. So I'll stop right here. So, and next video will show extraction.